Today we are going to review how to graph coordinate pairs. You have learned this in the past. So right here at the center, this point is called the origin, and that's where we are always going to start when we graph a point. All right, the first one we're going to work on is 3, 0. So we're going to start at the origin, and we go across first, left or right, along the x-axis. So we're going to find the number 3. So that means we're going to have to move to the right 3 times. Now you normally would not draw this line, but it's not going to show you my mouse as I'm recording this, so I'm just kind of drawing where I'm going. So we would go over 3, and then we hop on the elevator to go up or down. But in this case, we're just going to ding-dong ditch because that number is 0. So that means we're really not going to go up or down. And that means our very first point is going to be right here. So this is 3, 0. All right, our next one is 5, -2. So again, we start at the origin at 0, 0. And we're going to go over first, left or right, to find positive 5. The positive numbers are to the right, so I'm going to move right to number 5. Then I'm going to hop on the elevator, and I'm going to go down 2, because that's where -2 is at. And so this is where my next point would be. And then lastly, 7, 0. Again, I'm going to start at the origin. I'm going to go across left or right to find 7. So that means I'm going to go to the right, where positive 7 would be. And then I hop on the elevator to go up or down. Ooh, but I get a ding-dong ditch again because that's a 0. So this is where that next point is. I'm going to swap colors here a second. So this was my first point, and this was my second point. So I'm going to draw a line to connect those. And then I'm going to connect the second point to that third point. Okay, so that would be line number 1. So you're going to do a whole bunch of lines, and all you really need is these dots and then connect them. So like the stuff I drew in pink, you can ignore that, pretend that's not there. All right, let's take a peek at line 5. There's some more negatives there. I'm going to go back to this color. All right, so -2, -5. So again, we start at the origin, and we're going to go over to -2. That means we get to go to the left this time. So left to -2. Then we have to hop on the elevator and go up or down. -5, that means to go down 5. So this is our first point right there. That's -2, -5. All right, -3, -6. So again, we're going to start at the origin. We're going to go across first, and we're going to find -3. Then we hop on the elevator, and now we have to find -6. -6 means we're going to go down into the dungeon. All right, here we go. That's down -6. It's also right across from this -6 right here. Okay, then -2, -9. So starting at the origin, I'm going to go left 2. And then I'm going to hop on the elevator, and I'm going to go down 9 right here. All right, I'm not going to do all those points, but I'm going to flip-flop here. Actually, I'm going to maybe do yellow. Okay, so this was the first point. So I'm going to connect that to the second point that I did, and then connect it to the third point that I did. And then I'll connect it to, like, let's say the 4th point that I do, and the 5th point, and the 6th point, and the 7th point. These are not the correct points, by the way, but I'm just trying to help you get the idea of what you're going to do. And then eventually you'll make like another line. So maybe your next line is at 0, 3. Apparently if I double click, it zooms in. I didn't know that I did that. So maybe your next one, I have a point at 0, 3. And then at 3, 4, and then at 4, 7, etc. So you're going to put a dot at each point and connect them in the order that you plot them. And in the end, you're going to have a picture.